Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you are going to be listening to, it is a narration of a message that I received. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, my story goes on like this. When I came here to South Africa, I had divorced my husband who is back home in Zim. So when I came here, I then said, let me just try to find someone who can treat me really well because I didn't want to continue dating a lot of men. I then met this other guy who was working in the construction company. This guys that are working in the construction industry, these guys, all that they do is that they waste a lot of money and they do not have any plans when it comes to life. And I want to warn the ladies out there, if you want a husband, stay away from these men that are always working in the construction industry, because all that they think of is drinking beer and chasing after different women. When I started dating this man, I said, God, you have finally blessed me, because this man, he was tall and he had a great body and he was handsome as well. He also came from Zim. When I started staying with him, that was when I saw that, oh Lord, I have made the biggest mistake of my life. At the same time, he was saying that I should fall pregnant for him. But after I had found out that this guy, he does not have a future, I went to the clinic and I said to the nurse, please, if you can tie my womb, because I do not want to give birth until I have seen what this man is all about. This man, he does not have a birth certificate. He does not have an identity card. And when he came here to South Africa, it was during those days when people used to walk for more than 2 weeks, walking on foot from Zim coming to South Africa. So he still has that idea. He does not even know that things have changed. A lot of people have gotten their passports. He still thinks that people have to go through the Kruger National Park. And when I started dating him, and when I said we need to return back home, he was scared. He said, if we return back home, then by the time that we are going to come back here, walking on foot through the Kruger National Park, I cannot do that. I said, we go and you apply for a passport. It is less than 30 minutes. You will be on the other side of the border. Things have changed. But he then said, I do not even have an ID card. I don't even have a birth certificate. I said, where are these things? Where are they? He said, I do not even remember anymore. He does not even know his own birth certificate entry number. He does not even know his own identity card number. Is just a living person, just a ghost who is just breathing. When I saw that this man, he was like this, I then said, I do not want to be with him. And on top of it all, this man, he makes a lot of money. He would come back home after a fortnight. He will be having 8 to 13,000 rands after 2 weeks because of the job that he's doing, renovating people's houses. So he makes a lot of money. With all of that money, Brother Nashi, he cannot even afford to go back home. All that he does is that when he is at home at weekends, he just have a braai with his friends, as well as drinking beer after beer, because they believe that this money will keep on coming to them. I stopped dating this guy and I decided to call my boss, and I called my boss. I told him that I wanted to work for him again. He said, unfortunately, I have already found another maid. He said, I am going to speak with my brother. So the boss that I am working for right now, the place where he is staying, it is opposite this other mall. That is the place where I ended up going with my second boyfriend. I first started staying at my boss' house as a stay-in maid, but as a woman, Brother Nash, I felt that I needed the tender touch and the tender loving care of a man. I returned to the location. I started dating men, and my policy was that if you are going to sleep with me, I will never come to your house for a sleepover, but you must come to my room, because I didn't want to be controlled by a man. But when I saw that all of these guys that I was meeting for sleepovers, they were not giving me anything, and the final nail to the coffin was when I had started dating this guy. I dated this guy, and one weekend he came over to my place. Oh God, when we woke up, I saw that this guy, he had urinated in my blankets. I said, what the hell did you do? Why didn't you wake up and go and urinate in the toilet? He said that when you gave me sexual pleasure last night, it was just too much. The way that you gave me sexual pleasure, no woman has ever done that to me. So when I was sleeping, I had a dream. In that dream, I was walking towards the bathroom. I even opened up the zipper on my trousers and I started urinating. But my love, what I didn't realize was that I was actually urinating on your bed. Oh, I am sorry, my love. I said, don't call me my love. Get out of my house. And when he left, as I was busy washing the blankets, I said, I do not want to date this man anymore. It is far much better that I start to date guys that I will never meet. I wanted to do online dating. As I was doing online dating, I then met this other man. When I spoke with him, he is also from Zim. He is a mature man who has kids that were in university at that time. He is a retired lawyer. And I said, God, you have blessed me. This man is not going to demand a child from me so soon. So we started dating each and every night. When I'll be back from work, then we will actually have those video calls whereby you'll be naked in his bed as well as I'll be naked in my own bed, making love, sweet love to each other using video chat. Then I said, this is just too much. This thing of pleasing myself over and over again, I am tired of it. Please, can you come so that you can just give me only once so that I can know how do you taste? He agreed. He sent me the money. After he had sent me the money so that I can go to the province where he's staying, he said, it is not good for a woman to come and visit a man just for a sleepover. Rather, let me come to that province. That is how he ended up coming to my place. When he came, Brother Nashi, I saw that indeed this man, he has deep pockets. He was driving this beautiful car. He came and we slept together. It was really wonderful. That thought of never wanting to give birth, I felt it leaving my body entirely. This man, if he was going to ask for me to give birth for a child for him, I was going to agree. The next morning, he then said that, oh, my love, I want us to go to the most fanciest restaurant in town. So we went to this mall that is very close to where the rich people stay in our province. When we went to that mall, we selected this other Italian restaurant. When we were at that restaurant, I didn't want to show him that I have never been at any restaurant. The only restaurant that I know is KFC and those restaurants at the taxi rank. But still, I wanted to look as if I am a woman that is of high class, because this dude, he is really wealthy. I waited for him when he was using the fork and knife, and after he had started using the fork and knife, I followed suit. And I don't know what's wrong with this Italian restaurant, because when the meat came, the meat that I ordered, whatever the dish they call it, I don't even remember, but the meat, it was not even properly cooked. There was still blood there as if it was raw meat. Brother Nashi, I started eating and eating that meat. Then I started to feel that there was something that was building up in my stomach. I tried to ignore this diarrhea, but it reached a point whereby I felt that there was something that was about to come out of my back. I then said to this boyfriend of mine, please excuse me, I want to go to the bathroom. And that was the biggest mistake that I did. I went to the bathroom, and you know, when you have diarrhea, when you sit on the toilet seat, you do not want to get up because you feel much better when you are in the bathroom. When I came out of the bathroom, I thought that maybe I was in a different restaurant. I looked around and I didn't find my boyfriend. I returned to where we had been sitting. Then the waiter came, and when the waiter came, she had that swiping machine, and she said, Madam, do you still want to order something else? And I said, no, I am waiting for my husband. Please come back when my husband is back so that he can settle the bills. And I was really feeling like I was a woman of class. Before she had left, I was even rubbing my hands in a classy way as I said, do you want a tip? And this lady just smiled and she walked away. When she came back after saving a couple of tables, then she said, Madam, it has been a very long time. do you want to settle your bill? I then said, no, I am waiting for my husband. That was when I found out that my husband had actually ran away from me. This lady, she then went and she called the restaurant manager. They came back, Brother Nashi, and I asked how much was the bill, and I said, oh God, my God, why have you chosen to abandon me? Because the bill, it was a full month salary. I could not afford it. I looked for my card, even though I knew that I didn't have any money in that card. Anyway, I searched for it and I didn't bring it along because I was with this wealthy dude of mine who was going to pay for everything. I started to cry, and there were a lot of white people that were just staring at me, and I am sure that those white people, they were just laughing at me. I'm sure that in their hearts, they were actually saying, look at this silly monkey. She came to this expensive restaurant to dine with the white people. Now she can't even pay up the bills. I started crying. I didn't know what to do when they said that we have to call the police, madam. I said, why? Why do you want to call the police? They said that this thing that you have done, you knew that you didn't have any money. You came here with your man. Your man, when we checked the CCTV cameras, he has already left the mall, and you are saying that you don't have any money. So we are going to call the police. They are going to sort you out. I cried a lot, and I said, can I give you my boss number? Then the manager took my boss's number. My boss stays in the estate that is just opposite this mall. My boss came and he settled the bill. The bill, it was equivalent to my full month salary. The whole of that month, I worked for nothing, Brother Nashi. Ladies need to be very careful of these men that you meet up on Facebook or on these social platforms. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received. It was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. Just imagine if it was you, someone just making you to order, going with you to a fancy restaurant, then you order something that is very expensive, then the person just runs away and leaves you to settle the bill.